Number 15. What is your sexuality worth? If you were to put a price tag on your sexuality, what would you say? If you're like most people, you'll say, well, it's priceless, it's pure, it's you couldn't put a price tag on it, it's priceless. Wouldn't you be right? But if you really believe that, why do you give it away so cheaply then? Why do you flippantly, randomly, casually, callously take it and give it? Your sexuality is priceless. Years ago, I was in a Fresno mall, and I ran into a young lady. Well, she was about 30, mid-30s, and I was with a missionary friend of mine, and we sat there, we befriended this woman, began to talk to her, and she talked about her conversion experience, and how she was in her mid-30s, and drug problem, sex problem, early teen pregnancy problem, and suicidal, and she had a big time experience and came to the Lord, and God just fixed her up. And then she said she has 3 daughters, and her first daughter, her oldest daughter, got pregnant in high school, dropped out. Second daughter, pregnant in high school, dropped out. Third daughter was presently a freshman in high school and was now dating a senior in high school. What was her fear? What was her concern? Another pregnancy. And so about that time, her daughter, a brunette, and her friend, a blonde, they were both 9th graders, best friends, walked up to me. And as they were walking up to me, they hadn't met me yet. And I looked at them, and they saw me talking to Mom, and I said, hey, what's that in your hand? She said, it's a cell phone. I said, what's that cell phone worth? And she said, oh, about $50. I said, I'll give you $1 for it right now. She said, no. I said, I'll give you $2 for it. No, I'll give you $3 for your cell phone right now. No way, why not? Why won't you sell that phone to me for $3? And she said, because it's worth more than that. And I said, what's your sexuality worth? And she said, what? What is your sexuality worth? And she looked at me, the blonde looked at me and said, but I don't get it, I don't know, what are you saying? I said, how is it that you know the value of that stupid cell phone and you won't sell it cheap, but you don't know the value of your sex? Is it possible because you don't know the value of it that you're going to give it away cheaply? I understand you're dating a senior right now in high school, and if he's like most seniors, then he's after one thing. And if it's true love, he'll wait, and he'll also marry you first. I said, anyone who goes after your sexuality, any guy who comes after you for your sexuality and wants it and says he loves you, he can prove it by 2 things. And she said, what's that? I said, he needs to prove it with a ring in his life. That's what your sexuality is worth. And she was just kind of blown away. I said, your sexuality is priceless. It is priceless. Don't give it away cheaply. Know what it's worth so you won't give it away cheaply. It's worth, that man knows it, a ring in his life. She was crying, the blonde was crying, the mom was crying, and it was a very powerful moment. But that's what your sexuality is worth. Get an idea of what it's worth and stop giving it away cheaply. Love you.